I did promise you more maintenance videos, and sure enough, over the holidays, something broke, and that was my stationary belt sander, disc sander combo. Now, it was not an expensive tool. It's a Ryobi. You're probably familiar with this type of belt sander. Maybe the one you've seen before or the one that you own is not a Ryobi. It might be a Wen sander. It might also be a Mastercraft sander. It may be a Grizzly sander, or it might be a King Canada sander. All of those seem to be identical in terms of how they are built. I'm pretty sure they're all built in the same factory, and whenever they do a given run, they just change the color of it and the branding. But basically, it's the same sander that you've seen over and over again. I didn't make this video about a brand specific tool because it really doesn't matter. This sander is so common, and the parts that are associated with it are probably more or less the same. This video will hopefully help you when yours ends up breaking as well. Now, I've always said in the past, buying cheaper tools has its pros and cons. Pros, obviously, is that you've got access to a power tool that you didn't have before at a price that you can afford. The downside to these types of tools is that they break a lot more often. Now, that doesn't bother me because I actually like maintaining my own tools, and I feel a lot better about learning how to maintain my tools on cheaper tools. I'd much rather mess up on a cheaper tool. If it's something like this sander, the parts are actually pretty widely available and it's pretty easy to find online. So let's get to it. So as you can see, the only thing on this sander that's working now is the disc. That's because the disc is directly driven by the motor. The top portion of the sander is not driven by the motor directly. It has to run off a belt. I'm not talking about the sanding belt. I'm talking about a belt inside the casing here. First, I'm going to remove my sander from this 3-in-1 station. All you got to do is remove this plate. Usually it's one screw. Don't lose it. And as we can see, the belt has broken. Just to get a clear understanding of how this all goes together, on the other side of this axle here for this motor is the disc for the disc sander. It's going to be one of the easiest machines to fix. So if I turn this on, you can see that's what spins, right? It's a really simple machine. There's not a lot to it. Here's the belt. I'm going to lay it down flat here so you can see. I'm not too concerned about the manufacturer. The important information on here is the size of belt that I need. It's 150 XL037. That's the code that I need to type in when I'm going online to find a replacement for this. Well, here we are a few days later, and I have a new belt that just came in the mail. This one looks almost identical to the one that I took off of the sander, except this one is made by a company called Gates, and it's made in the good old USA. Hopefully this is going to be a little hardier than the factory belt and will last a little longer. If I compare the teeth, it looks like it's about the same. Let's see if this will go on, or if I have to loosen anything else up. Watch your fingers when you do that, even manually. Alright, let's just see for a second if this is going to stay on. I didn't have to take anything off because what I find is these screws strip really, really easily. So if you can avoid taking any of these off, because I started to do that, and man, the quality of these screws are terrible, and they're Phillips head and very difficult to get off. So if you can work the belt on there, you get the top part on first, and what I suggest you do is lie it flat the way I had it, and then slowly try to work it on, get it onto the teeth, and slowly try to turn it until it starts to loop itself on, which seems to work just fine. I didn't have to do a lot of struggling. And now I just have to adjust the tracking on my belt. I take the belt off for a second. You can see, make sure that the belt is sitting on the right way. We're not going to have any problems. So what you can see there is I was just adjusting the tracking for the belt itself, and it's doing pretty well. Let's try sanding something. Well, that concludes fixing your cheap belt sander. It didn't really cost that much to fix. It was only a $17 part that I bought on Amazon. As long as the motor doesn't die on you, most of the time you can replace parts like belts. If you want to donate to this channel, head on over to my donation page right over here. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. There are a couple more videos on this side you can watch. Until next time, thanks for watching and have a great day.